So if you don't know what episode it is, welcome back to Texas Rangers with the Boys, episode 316. And us being retired pro wrestlers, we couldn't resist but give you a little taste of the best entrance music in the history of the wrestling business. That was Stone Cold Steve Austin, who made famous the Austin 316. Very special number to Manimal and I.
Stone Cold.
This is your boy Kev, aka YBK, Kevin Frazier, welcoming you to Texas Rangers with the Boys. And I threw off my whole intro, but who cares? We are here to pop on real quick. We did a collaboration today with the Ranger Report, and so we're going to cut it a little short today, but we're going to still get you your Rangers news, preview for the weekend, and tell you where you can hear us talk about some really cool baseball with some really cool podcasters in a collaboration that we did this week. Don't forget to check me out on social media, Kevin Lee Frazier. That is Frazier. Don't forget to check out Texas Rangers with the Boys on social media, TX Rangers WTV. Don't forget to check out that website, TexasRangersWithTheBoys.com.
Yeah, that's just one word.
And don't forget to check us out right here on the Sports Fluent Network at Chilltown Hoops on YouTube. We got Rangers injury news. We got a weekend preview coming up. But before we do that, let me tell you about my co-host with the most, the beard that never ends, the baseball savant himself, the man who single-handedly can recite players on that box thing that you do where you got to guess the guys for the thing on the thing.
Oh, the Immaculate Grid.
A.K.A. Bull. How you doing, buddy? Where can they find you on the social?
I haven't played the Immaculate Grid in a while. You get a 0 every day for your score, your rarity score, and it just gets boring. Not even going to lie. I don't know. There's only so many zeros in a row that you can get before the game isn't fun anymore. But I love me some Immaculate Grid. Those guys are doing good things for the normal baseball fan, but for me at this point, I've surpassed them. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I surpassed y'all. You can only get so many 0 rarity scores in a row before you don't care.
If they want to see where you share your Immaculate Grid results.
Oh, whoa, is that what it is? I mean, I think people are sick of seeing it. They're like, oh, a 0 again. Oh, this dude got a rarity score of a 0. Oh, look at him. He didn't even have one guy that had a 0.8%. It was 0.08 on every one of them. Never mind. That's you know what? I'm getting way too far offline. We're doing good. It's a Friday. We got Rangers baseball all weekend. We got through that bye day because, there's nothing worse than having a day off in the baseball season. But for the Rangers right now, there probably isn't anything better because they could use a day. They needed yesterday's day off and get all those guys in the bullpen a blow for the day and hopefully the Rangers can get back on this winning way that they started on Wednesday with the Angels coming into town. The Angels are struggling. They're 16-28, already 12 games under 500. It's kind of some crumbling on the inside. I saw, Ron Washington. It was kind of wee until old boy couldn't get that button down. And then it was like, well, he didn't get the button down. So, I don't know if there's trouble in paradise already, but there was expectations for the Angels, and they got as much, in my opinion, as they were going to get from the Ron Washington believe in yourself stuff that he does, and that's kind of worn off. Mike Trout's on the IL, and things aren't going real great for him. Definitely not in that bullpen and all that stuff. But they'll be in town this week. I'm looking forward to, as always, to see Ron Washington. What a great dude and what a great baseball guy that guy is for the game and for what he was for Texas. You didn't hear a lot of that stuff whenever he was in Texas. So pressing already in Anaheim, and that sucks, but that is what it is for them. And before we get started, I got to tell everybody they can find me on Twitter at Manimal Bull, Instagram Manimal300, and both Facebook and TikTok at Bull Pro. Also, don't forget, on Friday, May 24th, Matt Warpro will be back out at the Southside Preservation Hall. So don't forget to join them for that. There's going to be a big-time show. They're going to have a whole bunch of fun. And you know what? It was a blast last night talking with the Ranger Report guys. We had a real fun time. And, good baseball guys like to talk about baseball with good baseball guys, and that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, and I believe it's just you can find that at the Ranger Report on YouTube and on your favorite podcasting network. Go check it out. We're on there talking some fun baseball. We did a fun little game where we listed players with the same name stuff. It's fun. Just go check it out.
Fun, yeah.
Do a lot of fun talk. A lot of around the horn type stuff where we, a lot of opinions getting thrown out there, a lot of hot takes. And those guys definitely know their baseball stuff. So definitely go check it out. But we got Ranger stuff to talk about. We do have some injury stuff going on with the Rangers, some 40-man. We do have a 40-man injury that doesn't directly affect the big league club. Well, it kind of does. But really kind of just, and just kind of, like hate to see it. Antoine Kelly left his start his appearance at Round Rock. Apparently his velocity was down in the high 80s, and they pulled him right off the field. So I think we're kind of at a wait and see with that right now.
Yeah, his fastball was reading at a slider speed. That's not a good sign. But from what I read, Scott Lucas, who does a great job for the Round Rock Express down there, he says that he was out with the club for after game handshakes. I haven't seen anything about it today, but we'll just kind of keep monitoring that and see where Antoine Kelly is. But this, I think this will be a second trip to the IL this season already. Hopefully it may be just something like a blister, but I don't know that, I don't have anything more to go on that than just hope.
Yeah, just straight up hope. Now, what other injury news do we have with the Rangers?
Well, we got Sam Huff also went down with a knee injury. He hasn't played the last couple of nights. Andrew Knapp has been taking most of those plays, or most of the reps behind the plate. So yeah, I don't know how serious the injury is. I'm not 100%, but he was out of the lineup last night, and as of I don't know exactly the minor leagues. You don't get those updates like you do in the big leagues. So we'll just kind of wait and see if he's put on the IL, and we'll just kind of go from there because Huff's another guy that's on this 40-man roster, and it would be another hit to have another guy from the 40-man go on the IL. This is going to be the type of thing that if it's a 60-day kind of case, you might even bring him up to the major league roster to put him on the 60-man IL and then open up a 40-man spot.
Yeah, because there's a good chance that there's a chance Sam Huff might not continue as a Ranger after this year. So anyways, that's a totally different subject to talk about. But any more Ranger news that we need to know about as far as injuries go? I didn't see too many moves getting made. We already talked about the Sean Anderson move, but we really got nothing else. We're just getting ready to go hot into.
Yeah, Sean Anderson ready to score touchdowns for the Rangers.
Sean Alexander.
Oh,
Sean Alexander.
I thought he was a pitcher.
He is a pitcher. And yes, so we're referencing calling him Sean Alexander last show. He's not a running back for the Seattle Seahawks. But anyways, so that's about. I mean, what else do we don't have?
We've got a little bit. Wyatt Langford is hitting Phoenix or Surprise. He'll be out there playing for the complex the next couple of days. See where he's at. I think he wants to join the team as the road trip starts here after this last homestand here. Brock Burke pitched for the Arizona Complex League team last night.
There you go.
You're seeing there's hope that Wyatt Langford will be in the lineup on Friday. Hopefully we don't, between now and the game time, we don't see any kind of move that says that Evan Carter is moved to the disabled list. Also, Jacob deGrom has been throwing, so he's probably getting pretty close to the deceleration process to where he'll be starting to ramp things up off of the mound here sometime in June. So lots of just continuation. Everything's kind of progressing as it has been and as it should be. You've also got Bradford and Dunning and Eovaldi are all throwing. They're all making their way back. Hopefully, Eovaldi will throw off a mound this weekend, and then you could start thinking about the idea of him making either a rehab or coming right back into the rotation because he's only been out for his 2 starts that he was going to miss, being on the 15. So things are happening, things are going on, but at the same time, man, it's still a slow roll. We talked about Scherzer last night, so no need to continue to harp on that. I mean, we don't know enough right now to really say one way or the other. So, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the way baseball kind of is right now. And, on Stone Cold episode, we've got Stone Cold answers right now.
Yeah, that's the bottom line because the Manimal said so. As far as Rangers news goes, I think that's going to wrap that section of the episode up. Now, we do have a 3-gamer coming up this weekend with the Angels. The Fighting Ron Washingtons coming to town. And this Angels team, started off with some feel-good stuff. Might be going through it a little bit right now. I think a lot of teams right now are kind of going through it in the American League West. Sans maybe the Seattle Mariners a little bit, but I wouldn't even go out on a limb and say that everything's just going great for them as well. So
I'd imagine they'd be a little bit more over than 3 games over 500 if everything was going absolutely right.
Yep. So Los Angeles coming to town. We got Andrew Heaney going for the Rangers, who's been pitching pretty well as of late.
I would say very well. At least his last 3 outings, 4 to say he's been good in the last 4 outings, and then pretty better than good the 3 outings post that first one.
Yeah, and in his he went 7 innings in that May 1st start, which I kind of feel like is a lot for him. In the month,
I think he was still only at like 68 pitches, even there in the 7th after 7 innings that night too.
And only sitting at in the month of May, he's sitting at a 2 ERA through 3 starts, 18 innings pitched, only 4 earned runs given up. Now here's the big one: only 1 home run given up thus far. And I hope I don't believe in jinxing, but he's been really, really good. Now, here's the other thing. You brought up the pitch count, 74 pitches in the first start of this month, 97 pitches on the 6th, which is really good for him too. And then 85 in that last start against on the road in Colorado, which was a heck of a pretty good 5 innings, 2 runs given up. So Andrew Heaney, he's going to be going up against Tyler Anderson, whom we've already played, right? We've already faced him once.
Yeah.
And
have we played the Angels?
I don't think so. No, we haven't.
It had to have been last year or in a spring training game that we talked about Anderson.
Yeah, somewhere. I feel like we talked about him at some point. I don't know why. I feel like we faced him, but we haven't. They haven't played the Angels yet. But I mean, Anderson thus far on the season,
good,
has been pretty decent. I mean, overall, but his last couple starts, he has started to kind of show a little bit of show some signs of some chink in the armor, because through April he was under 2.5 in his earned run average. Now in May thus far, again, he's almost up to 5. So Rangers might be catching him at a good time. But one thing we know, like left-hander, Rangers playing a lefty, they know it. We know it. They know it if we know it.
100%.
I expect the Rangers to come out and really – I hope that the Rangers come out and have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here going against this lefty here at home.
Yeah, and I believe Tyler Anderson, he probably gives Anaheim the best chance to win of anybody in their starting rotation for sure. But at the same time, he is hittable. And like you said, his last couple of outings, although he has worked into the 7th in both of those outings, he has shown that he can be, hit a little bit and you can score some runs on him. So if the Rangers could push 3, 4, 5 across through 6 innings or so, they'll be sitting in a pretty good spot with him. And hopefully you'll get the same kind of pitching performance that you've gotten from Andrew Heaney. I imagine that even if Evan Carter is healthy today, that he would probably still be sitting in this game anyways. So that gives him another day kind of to get things together. We'll probably see Grossman in the lineup. We'll probably see Duran in left field, and then Tavares, Garcia, and then, the infield. I don't know. You might get Davis Wenzel may get a start. You might get Robbie Grossman a start in the outfield, and Ezekiel Duran play third base, or Josh Smith may just play. Probably see, Seager, Simeon, and Lowe on the rest of that infield, and then Heim behind the plate, and then you'll kind of find out what they're going to do with DHs, what they've got left on the bench right-handed that can hit. And if Smith plays third, maybe you'll see Wenzel get a DH start.
So we got Jose Urena, who's had a couple of really nice starts for the Rangers over his last 2 outings. Only over 11 and 2/3 innings, only giving up 3 runs, which is really nice to see. And Urena, I mean, he's not just playing for Rangers to win ball games. I mean, if this guy comes out and earns a rotation spot and pitches well for this team, we're talking about a guy who could be up in the teens, in the millions as a free agent next year, that could play himself right into a nice contract, very much like we saw Martin Perez for this team. And again, a little different situation, but could help this. He could help himself get a payday by playing well for the Rangers, and we love to see this.
And, even if he isn't able to keep himself in the rotation as the Rangers get healthy coming back and he continues to pitch well out of the bullpen, there will probably be a team that's going to give him an opportunity to start next year based on the performance that he's had so far here in May, because those starts have been really good. He had an altitude wind-aided home run that he gave up in the first inning the other day, and then he went 6 2/3 right behind that and was shut out, lights out baseball. So, Urena, he's worked himself into a position to where he's going to get starts until they get healthy. And, from there, what he does in the bullpen will continue to keep him around. And he's gotten to himself to a point that if he continues to pitch this way all year long, he's going to get an opportunity to pitch next year in the big leagues, and he's going to be doing it probably at a much better rate than he is right now. The Angels are countering with another left-hander.
Yeah, 2 lefties in a row.
This one isn't as good. Patrick Sandoval has had his struggles this year. He's got a 5 ERA over 45 innings. So, he's pretty much right at, 9 over 45. And, he strikes some guys out. He's about 1 an inning, but there's really not a ton special about him. I mean, you're going to kind of see the same thing. You might see lefties get an opportunity to hit against Sandoval. Smith, Carter might both be in the lineup, just on the fact that he's not exactly, the most overpowering lefty or crafty lefty. Like Anderson has got quite a bit better stuff than him, and Sandoval gives those lefties an opportunity to make some contact, whereas Anderson's a little bit harder to get, because he's in and out of the zone. He works speeds back and forth. Sandoval's pretty much fastball changeup.
Okay, agreed. And Rangers have a chance to kind of like, for lack of a better term, yes, to dispel some of their woes against lefties here, if they can go out there and have a good showing against those guys. Really excited for Sunday's start. I think Lorenzen was not happy with his last performance out on the hill. So he's going on Sunday, prime time.
It's also a national television game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be, there's going to be, all eyes are going to be on the Rangers for that 1:35 game. So I'm eager to see how he bounces back. And he's going to be going against Jose Soriano, kind of a younger guy for the Angels. Not a not
started
bad.
okay. Yeah,
I mean,
he's averaging about a strikeout an inning. He's got a good fastball. Changes speeds a little bit. Keeps guys off of his fastball. When he's doing that, he's really good. He gets in trouble when he tries to repeat pitches that he just had success with. That's where that kind of watching him. That's where he gets into his most trouble, is trying to go splitter after getting ahead 0-1 instead of going back to his fastball up in the zone or something like that to get an out pitch. He tries to throw his out pitch 2 times in a row. Sometimes he hangs it, he doesn't bury it, and he gets himself into a little bit of trouble. But overall, he's been pretty good. Starting pitching is for the Angels, while it hasn't been tremendous, it hasn't been bad either. Their big issues are getting into that bullpen and trying to find a way to get to the 9th inning.
Yep. So,
and Lorenzen was beautiful the last time he pitched. I mean, not much more you can say about it other than, I mean, he threw no hit ball for 5 1/3 or whatever, and ended up getting them 6, 7, something like that. I mean, he really saved the bullpen at a time where they needed it. And although he didn't get a win,
I'm thinking the May 8th start, so he did have a nice bounce back start, but that was also the game that he left with like a nice lead. And then the Rangers just
he left and they hadn't scored any runs, and then the bullpen gave up 8 or something like that.
It was
ugly. He took a loss in that game. But it was still well pitched by him.
Kind of ridiculous to take that loss. No, he did have.
Well, that was when we were on the Ranger Report last night. The number was the Rangers have like a 2.25 ERA, including Leiter's start in the last couple of rounds through, and I mean the pitchers have 1 win.
Yeah,
the starting pitchers have 1 win.
Bizarre.
So it's been rough. It's been rough. It's glad to see John Gray get that win. He's been everything that he needed to be in a contract year for sure.
Love it. Well, hey, I think that's going to do it for today.
Yeah, it's a 1:35 Sunday, Bally's. You guys know how it is.
You know the drill. Well, hey, guys, thanks, y'all, for tuning in. A little pop in, pop out. Go check out if you need more baseball content, you need a little more time with the boys, go check us out over on the Ranger Report. They've got an hour plus of content on there as well. So go check us out. Thanks for joining us here today. Don't forget to check us out on our social media, TX Rangers WTB. Don't forget to check out that website, TexasRangersWithTheBoys.com.
That's just one word.
And where you can see or you can listen or see here on at Chilltown Hoops, our exclusive content down on the farm with the boys. We cover all things Rangers, minor league, lots of cool stuff. We're going to be talking Arizona Complex this time through. So a lot of new content for you guys on our show. So go check it out on our Spotify page or the website or right here at Chilltown Hoops. It's $1.99 audio, and then you've got 3 levels right here on YouTube that you can subscribe to. Big shout out to all of our farm hands, our faithful who love their minor league baseball and love their Texas Rangers baseball. We appreciate you.
Hey, Kev,
what you got?
You know what happened at the Arizona Complex League the other night?
Talk to me.
One of them little Guerrero kids hit his first stateside home run.
There it is. So we're going to definitely talk about that because the Guerrero children are strewn throughout the entire major leagues as we speak. So go check that out. Again, for the 300-pound manimal, this is your boy Kev. We are Texas Rangers with the boys. We are signing out.